when I do see the losses come out of my account and I just see it always coming through, what it will do to me is it would make me feel really, really overwhelmed. And then when I see that, I start questioning myself, start questioning my strategy, start questioning trading in itself. You have to realize people have built a career off this, and no way is it, gambling.
Everybody, no matter where they are in their career, if it's at the start, middle, or they've been doing this for many years, sometimes when you get into drawdowns and you get hit with some of the hardships with trading, it naturally makes you question yourself and question if you've still got it, and these things are totally normal. So hi traders, so today I'm with one of our funded traders, Luca, all the way in New Zealand. He's been a funded trader with us for a while now, and he's actually taken out some really good payouts. So thank you very much, Luca, for coming on and spending some time with us.
My pleasure.
Fantastic. Just tell me a little bit about when you got started, how you got started, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So for a while, I was trying to make money online, went through every single thing possible, drop shipping,
Yeah.
And then studied hard from there, and been 3 years now.
Fantastic. So you started off, the drop shipping stuff didn't work for you, and that's okay, I'm going to go on to something else and I'm going to have a look. So how did you find out about trading then?
Just through social media, honestly, researching different ways to make money online, and then after a bit of testing, experimenting, we ended up here.
And you're now a funded trader, but obviously that journey didn't happen straight away. You didn't become, turn on the charts, start making money straight away. So just tell me a little bit about your journey as a trader and how you eventually ended up getting funded in the 5ers.
Okay, so beginning the trading process, I was watching every YouTube video I could find, and then after a while, I'd lose a little bit of money, lose a lot of money, and then that really took a psychological toll. Once I really wanted to dedicate myself to this and actually focus on trading, studied countless hours, over 4,000 hours in back testing, heard about prop firms, did a little bit more research on that, and then I searched up best prop firms to go to, asked ChatGPT. I ended up here.
Yeah, that's an interesting way. I've never heard somebody use ChatGPT to find a prop firm. That's nice. That's cool. Okay, fantastic. And then you just jumped in and you started doing the first challenges. How was it for you mentally? Was it hard? Was it easy? What was your process going through all the challenges?
Okay, so initially I had lost 10 accounts, so that was a lot of money blown. And then, but every single loss I took, I started learning a bit more, learning about my psychological self, learning about trading itself.
And then you got the funded accounts, and now you're break even. So you've had about just over 3.5 grand profit payouts. And so that's probably taken you a little bit over break even now, probably, no?
Yeah. Finally.
Risk-free.
Yeah. Risk-free, yeah.
What were kind of the blind spots then in your trading that you had to overcome to then get you to the point that you're actually making money and becoming more of a profitable trader?
Okay, so I don't really think people talk as much about psychology as it should be in the industry.
100%.
I really feel like you have to be mentally disciplined to actually be able to go through the whole process and then obviously get funded. So once I realized that it wasn't my strategy that was essentially the biggest problem, and it was my psychology, what I did was focus more on that.
What were the specific blind spots for you that you had to overcome? Because I can say I have many different blind spots that are personal to me, but for you, what did you have to overcome in your trading?
When I do see the losses come out of my account and I just see it always coming through, what it will do to me is it would make me feel really, really overwhelmed. And then when I see that, I start questioning myself, start questioning my strategy, start questioning trading in itself. You have to realize people have built a career off this, and no way is it, gambling.
No, it's a difficult thing, and I think it's a very normal thing to feel as well. And I think everybody, no matter where they are in their career, if it's at the start, middle, or they've been doing this for many years, sometimes when you get into drawdowns and you get hit with some of the hardships with trading, it naturally makes you question yourself and question if you've still got it, and these things are totally normal. With all the back testing that you actually did it help you kind of push through those times where you were just losing money and you're losing accounts?
Whilst I was back testing, I realized that if I have a high percentage of my win rate, then it can't be my strategy. It has to be something up here. So obviously when I went through those, I went through all the blind spots and I had to learn, had to adapt.
So let's jump over to maybe like a trading view, and you can show me a little bit about what you look in the market, what you look for, and what actually helped you pass your challenges, and maybe the strategy that's building your bags and making you money.
Right, can you see it?
Fantastic. Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so usually whilst I'm trading, I'm a scalper, so I'm looking for the short term movements in the market.
Nice.
Um, and I've done everything to help with the psychology. I've changed the candlesticks to gray and white, you know, the classic.
Yep.
So what were you trying to see? A little bit of like an example there?
Yeah, so what do you predominantly trade? You trade just like euro dollar? What's your kind of asset of choice?
Euro USD is my bread and butter. Okay. Yeah. Reason I stick to Euro USD is because, you know, obviously probably the highest volume in the market, I'd say. Just love a bit of that, especially when it goes hand to hand in my strategy.
You have quite clean charts normally like this because obviously you got your new computer, probably everything isn't set up. So is it normally quite clean, or do you have different indicators that you put on the screen to help you?
Okay, so I use no indicators, no indicators. I
Nice.
use only Williams fractals. I'll show
Yep.
you that. Nothing too fancy. Oh my goodness, nothing's going to plan, eh?
So so you use
Okay,
William
yeah,
fractals, and that's just to help you see the different types of patterns that come that are on a regular basis in the same kind of time frame. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Just makes it a little bit more clearer for me. But other than that, just pure price action.
Fantastic. So show me what you would be looking for and how you would do your TA, and yeah, and that'll be quite interesting for us to see.
Okay, so trade the silver bullet.
Mhm.
So that is London session open.
Yep.
So we're looking for something outside of the hours from UTC or New York time 3 o'clock. New York time 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
So usually what I would do on the charts is I'd mark out the Asian session highs and lows. That'll give me a good idea of where the liquidity is resting.
So
So
you
if I
kind
was
of say, so you learned from the ICT SMC kind of space. Is that how you got into like learning these types of strategies?
initially it did start off with the ICT SMC, but as I shifted forward, it was more just ICT, pure ICT, and then
Mhm.
adapted it to those concepts.
So you mark out all the range, the like Asians highs from the previous day, or from the obviously from after the rollover, and that's where you're looking for to take the liquidity. You're looking to trade up towards that liquidity, or how does it work?
Okay, so what I'm looking for is that after I mark out the highs and the lows of the session,
Yeah.
and after the London session opens, I'm looking for a sweep of whatever side, and then
Hmm.
my bias for that day will be directing to the next side,
Nice.
essentially. And as we can see here, so my strategy, it's pretty much the hour after the London session open. So that way we can kind of get rid of all the junk that happens in the first hour
Yeah.
and then just go straight for pure price action. Okay, so looking at it here, our Asian high is 1.08483
Hmm.
and the low is 1.08398. And when we zoom in a bit closer, you can see here that we've at the very start, half an hour into London session, we took over that high
Hmm.
and then we've progressed to the downside of the Asian session. So my strategy would predominantly be looking for a shift in external liquidity then to internal liquidity. And
Hmm.
external liquidity is session lows, session highs, and then internal liquidity is more stuff like fair value gaps and things of that nature.
In this example here, where it's obviously taken out the prior highs or taken out the Asian highs, you would get in straight away once it's broken down, or you'd wait for the retracement and then take it down? How would you kind of trade that
Okay.
move that we're seeing right now?
So as soon as I can get a liquidity sweep and I can kind of see that we're biased to the other direction, I'll
Yeah.
look for a break of structure on the 1 minute time frame, and then I'll wait for a fair value gap, internal liquidity to be filled, retraced into that, and then we'll go in that direction. So if I show you here, it's a pretty good example. We have a very very small break of structure that occurs right here.
Yep.
And then as we progress down, we start to retrace into this fair value gap here.
Hmm.
And then that's what my strategy would look like, my entry would look. So when I'm looking at my entry on the 1 minute time frame,
Hmm.
I will scale down and I'll zoom into the fair value gap and I'll into the equilibrium, so the 0.5 level of it.
Yep.
And then I'll do my manual entry from there.
Hmm. And
See
for
here.
targets and things like that, what are you really not like normally looking for targets? Prior highs, prior lows, or is there a specific R to R range? Like what are you looking for?
This case scenario, I'm looking for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, just keeping it small because 1 minute time frame is obviously a bit riskier.
Yeah.
And honestly, with the take profit and the whole risk to reward stuff, it's often set according to what price it's just done.
Hmm.
So as you can see here, as it came down, we created that low there and we retraced in and then took out that low again.
Hmm.
So that is where my profit would be set on that low.
Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. So thank you very much for showing us a little bit of an insight to the way that you trade. It's quite interesting because a lot of people have taken on that ICT type of way of trading. It kind of made it into their own in certain ways as well. How do you see that your trading is going to develop from what you've got as well? Are you going to have you got a certain direction that you're going to? Have you got any certain goals when it comes to your trading going forwards?
So with my trading going forward, I'd like to somewhat pursue it in the future, whether it be having it on the side as I am now, or obviously pursuing it full time, which is a big dream that I want to accomplish. Um, in terms of maneuvering it and manipulating it into my own, obviously over the 4,000 hours that I have back tested, it kind of refined itself into my own.
Yeah. And you're looking obviously to grow your accounts, maybe get a few more accounts and build up that
Definitely,
funding.
definitely. As soon as I can get another withdrawal coming through, that'll definitely be my goal.
Yeah,
A bit of a larger account, so I have a bit more money to play around with.
perfect. And now you're 18 now, correct?
Yep, 18.
18. So what would your advice be to another 18-year-old that has been doing a lot of making money online, trying to, same type of position you that just come across trading to get started and to get through into profitable trading as quick as possible?
My biggest advice is to do your research obviously, and stick to it. Definitely stick to it is the biggest advice that I can give, because after a while you'll see that beginner's luck, and then you'll see it come down and you start questioning yourself, questioning trading obviously. But I promise if you stick to it, then you'll reap the benefits.
Amazing. Fantastic. So thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today. And I wish you luck in all your trading and all your trading accounts. All right, mate.
All good. Thank you very much. Goodbye.